Welcome to this tutorial on Python functions. Now let us discuss Python functions. So what do you mean by functions? So functions help for modular programming. If you want to perform modular programming, you must write some functions. And in any language like C language, Python language, Java language, the functions are mostly of two types. One is inbuilt function and user defined function. So inbuilt functions, those are the code for the inbuilt functions are written in the language, and you have to just call that function. So that is nothing but called as inbuilt function. While second type of function are user defined functions. So if suppose we want some specific function to perform some operation, as per the user can write the definition of function. So that is called as user defined function. Now here user defined functions can be written for performing specific tasks and can be called in the program. Now what is the syntax for Python function? How you can define the Python function? That is about user defined function. So you have to use def as a keyword, and then you have to write the function name, and in simple bracket you have to pass the parameters of the function and put the colon and write down multiple statements of the function, and you have to finally return the value. So this is in general structure of or syntax of the Python function. Then you have to call the function anywhere in the program. So how you can call the function? You can call the function by function name, and you have to just passing the values. So this is nothing but how you can declare a function and how you can call the function. Now we will see what is meant by inbuilt function and what is meant by user defined function. Now this is the Jupyter notebook. So first of all, I will show you what is meant by inbuilt functions. So inbuilt functions are nothing but the function definition is already written into the Python. So the user use some functions, then no need to write complete code. You have to just pass the arguments and you will get the answer. For example, if suppose you want to use square root function, sqrt function, so that function definition is already available. You have to just pass the number and you will get the result. If suppose another function cos, you want to use cos function, you want to use logarithmic function, so all the definitions of that functions are written in the Python, so no need to write it again. So that is nothing but called as inbuilt function. So I will show you how to use the inbuilt function. Suppose I want to use I'm using the math library, and from the math I want to use square root function. So I will use a is equal to math.sqrt square root function, and I will pass the argument. So if I want to perform I want to calculate square root of 12, then I will print a, then you will see it will find the square root of 12, that is the 3.4641, and this square root function is already available in the math. You are just passing the argument. So this is the argument you are passing. You are not writing what is the square root. You are not writing the complete code. So this is called as inbuilt function. So there are multiple inbuilt function. This is a one library I am telling, that is a math library. As you are using print function, as you are using input function, so those functions are inbuilt functions. So if suppose you want to use another function like math.log 10, if you want to calculate log of 10 of any value 2 suppose, and you want to print it, then you can do it, print b, so you can run it. So this is nothing but what it is an inbuilt function, so where we have not written any code. Now we'll move towards the user defined functions. So here user is writing his own function, and wherever required in the code, that function will be called. Instead of writing the same code again and again, we are using the function name of the function and we are just passing the parameters. Okay, so that is nothing but called as user defined functions. So user defined function, it is declared by using def keyword. Then you have to write the name of the function. If suppose I am having the addition as a name of the function and I am passing the argument suppose a and b, then you have to give colon, then write down the multiple statements. So in addition, if suppose c is equal to a plus b, a plus b, and you have to return the value, return c. Now this is the definition of function, def the name of the function, then passing the arguments, and we have written multiple statements. C is equal to a plus b and return c. Now it comes to the calling of the function. So how we can call the function? We can call the function like this. If suppose one variable d is equal to, and we are calling the function addition, and we are passing the arguments. For example, I am passing 4 comma 6, and I will print it, print d, and you can run this and you will find the result comes as a 10. So 4 plus 6, 10, and it is printed by using the user defined function. Now if you want to use the same function multiple times, you can use it. For example, if suppose another value e is equal to addition of suppose 9 comma 12, and you can print it, print e, then you will get the result of addition of 2. So what is the use of user defined function, or what is the use of functions? So same code, you need not to write it again and again. You just call the function by writing function once and then calling only the function. So it will reduce the line of codes, number of lines in the code, and it will give you modular programming. So this is what we have user defined functions. Now after having the functions, we are moving towards the lambda function. So this is called as anonymous function. Lambda function is nothing but it is a nameless function. There is no function name for that function, and if I want to use a function inside other function as an argument, in that case I can use the lambda function. So that is nothing but lambda functions are used along with many built-in functions like a map, filter. So such type of inbuilt functions, you can use lambda functions along with them. So normally the use of lambda function is, it is used as an argument for the higher functions or other functions. Now see, the function, the lambda function, it is not defined with the def keyword. It is not defined with the def keyword. The lambda function is also called as anonymous function because it is defined without name. It doesn't have any name. Now it has many arguments. Now what is the thing related to lambda function? It has many arguments but only one expression. You have multiple arguments. You can pass a, b, c, d. You can pass multiple arguments, but there is only one expression. Expression means how you are writing a plus b, or a into b into c, a plus b minus c. So such type of expression, only one expression in case of lambda function. Now what is the syntax of it? Syntax is lambda is the keyword. You have to use lambda, then give the arguments, then colon, and write down the expression. Write down the expression. So this is nothing but how you can declare the lambda function. Now we'll see in the Jupyter notebook how to declare a lambda function. As I have told, lambda function is declared with no name. How it can be declared is, suppose b is equal to lambda, then you have to pass the arguments. If suppose arguments are for example, you can keep this as d is equal to a comma b, and then put the colon and write down the expression. What is the expression? Suppose a into a plus b. Suppose this is the expression. Now you can print now d. Only d is not sufficient. You have to pass the arguments of a and b. Suppose 3 comma 4. So d 3 comma 4, it will be entered into the lambda function and it will calculate 3 into 3, 9 plus 4, 13. So answer should be 13. So you can see whether answer is 13 or not. So this is what we can call it as a lambda function. So lambda functions are also called as anonymous function, and those functions can be used as argument for the other function. So this is nothing but how you can declare the lambda function.